be greater in the kingdom, guess what you got to do? You got to go through. But one thing about going through, if anybody been through a tunnel, and I know you have when you live in Virginia, there's another side. There's another side. It's dark in there, especially at night. You got little lights on and stuff, and you're underwater. You're under pressure. But there is another side. You don't go in the tunnel and think, oh Lord, how am I going to get through? You know there's another side. So God is saying, I need you to know that there's another side for you when I allow the enemy to buffer you. Because when you come out on the other side, you can have that better job. You can have that bigger car. You can have that bigger house. Husband going to act right. Wife going to act right. Things going to start acting right. Child going to come in off the street. Things going to start happening if you put in your mind, if I get to the other side, it's going to be all right. See, Jesus went through a tunnel. He came down just to die. But he knew there was another side. Because he said, after I do this, I go to the Father. He knew there was another side. If you can put in your spirit that there's another side, and it's going to be glory to God, and it's going to be a blessing to your life, you'll drive on through there. You know what? Cut your lights on. Just go on through. Because you're coming out. That's if you walk in the spirit. And then it goes on to say, be faithful unto death. Oh Lord. God, you said I was trying to do the 10 days. I was trying to fast for 10 days. But you said death? We're going to let this go. Lord, I'll just be a member in the church. I don't want to preach. I don't want to do that, because if I do that, you saying I'm going to jail. I'm going to be in tribulation. 10 days and I might die. But listen, think about it.
Yes, sir.
Paul said that we die daily. Did he say your life will end? That ain't what it said. It said that be faithful unto death. Even if you do die, God gets the glory. But there's another death that is not unto death. Where it is you're dying in your flesh. You go to prison for 10 days and had to shut your mouth and go ahead on and give God the praise. Guess what? You're dying in your flesh. You're learning how to be submissive and subjected to God. So you're dying in your flesh. And then he said, and I will give you a crown of life. If you're willing to die in this race, this is going to be good, because when God showed me this, I was blown away. If you're willing to die in the race, God got something for you. There is only one way to stay in the race, and that's to walk in the Spirit. In our natural existence, it's impossible for you to finish this race in your natural existence. To stay in the race, to finish on your own, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's why these fake preachers, they're not in the race. Because you can't be in the race. You can't finish. Not in the flesh. You can look like you're in the race. But woe unto you. Woe unto you. Because soon God is going to show himself. And you're going to be in the hands of an angry God. See, many of them falling by the wayside. They're trying to do it in the flesh. And folks are going astray. Preachers operating in the flesh. But all they want to do is make the sound and jump and shout and tell them they're going to be blessed. Money coming, baby. Just come on up here and put $500 in there. God gonna give it to you 100-fold. But they ain't paid the light bill yet.
Jesus.
They in the dark. You living on the hall. You don't do that. If you were walking in the Spirit, you will look at your people and you will know who's able to be a blessing. You don't ask for something somebody don't have.
Yes, sir.
Give to it hurt. The Bible said be a cheerful giver. Ain't nothing about hurting giving. You give with a smile on your face. The old widow, she brought a penny, and God said she gave more than everybody else, and they were giving big dollars. Because she gave from her heart. She gave all that she had. And that's what God is looking for. Give him what you got. Give him from your heart. God, I ain't got but $20. That's all I got. The rest of it is my bill money. And I know you're able to bless me. And I need this $20 because I need to buy lunch. But I'm going to fast this week. And I'm going to get this $20 to you.
Yes, sir.
I promise you, God will bless your socks off. I see it happen to me. I can't tell a lie because it happened to me. When you walk in the Spirit, you stay in the race and you will endure to the end. Matthew 24:13 lets us know that in order to be saved, we have to endure to the end of the race.
That's right.
I don't care how many times you fall, trip up, give up, come back to the Lord, and you're weak in your flesh, you're weary, you're worn, you're torn. Guess what? If you stay in the race, you're going to win. You're going to, oh girl, you don't look saved. You do the most. But I'm in the race.
Yes, sir.
You don't come to church but I'm in the race. You said something, you need to go, I'm in the race. People in you, it's some folks in that race. It's some folks that you think you're not going to see in heaven that's in the race. I'm trying to tell you, you looking at them like they ain't going to make it, but they're enduring. You don't know what they go through and what they have to deal with. You don't know how lonely they are. I remember when I was single. You don't know what, if you ever been single and wanted to be married, bad. Capital B-A-D, all of them capital. And you wanted to be married. That's a hard thing. Because the enemy going to bring Tom, Dick, and Harry, Billy, Buck, and John, Bob, everybody. They going to say, God sent me. And you going to say, I don't even care if he did. This is a good thing. Come on. You're a man. You tell him it's a good thing to find a wife. You found me. He could come with a wine bottle. It's a good thing. But let me tell you what you're going to deal with when you say I do. You got to stay in the race and you got to wait on God. And even if you make that type of decision, guess what? You still enduring to the end. You just got some weights on you now. But God said, lay aside. Say, I'm telling you, God's still going to give you an escape.
Yes, sir.
He's still, if you get that wife that spent all your money, made you mad, you doing some extra stuff now that you weren't doing before you got married. If you stay in that race, I promise you, you shall be saved. Because as you're running, God is going to start taking things off of you.
Yes.
Because as long as you stay in the race, you're going to be delivered and set free. But when you get on the sidelines and start looking at people passing you by, none of that stuff going to fall off of you.
That's right.
You're going to try to throw it on somebody else.
Yeah.
You're going to try to hide behind other folks like you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Walking in the flesh, not in the spirit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many mistakes you made. You just got to remember, the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to him that endures to the end. God don't give the race to, he don't give it to somebody that look like, think about it, you look like you got it going on. It's the poor the blind Bartimaeus that's on the side of the road that the race go to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the lady crawling on the ground with the issue of blood that the race go to.
Yeah.
He said the ones that had the sleeves with the scriptures on it, the Pharisees and the scribes, the race won't for them.
One for them.
The race, Jesus, I come to seek and to save those that are lost. That's who the race is for.
Yes, sir.
The race is the ones that are lost, that don't know which way to go, that's sinning, that's falling by the wayside, is making mistakes. He loved them. Them the ones he's looking for. God is looking for somebody that's willing to say yes to him.
Yes.
So now, again, 24 and 13, Matthew, I'm going to share some with you, English Standard Version that God showed me, and I'm not going to pause too much because I want you to get this, and I want you to get it quick. Because if I go slow, you're going to say, oh, Lord, she done created a new doctrine. I promise you, I have not. So Matthew 13, 24 and 13, the English Standard Version said, but the one who endures, the what?
One.
Okay, I want you to remember that. The one who endures to the end will be saved. The one who endures to the end will be saved. And I want to pause right here a little bit to expound on the importance of understanding this scripture. The one who endures to the end shall be saved. Why am I emphasizing that? Because the word "to" is important in the word "one."
Yeah.
One means is your race.
Uh-huh.
You ain't running this race for nobody else but you.
That's right.
You can't get to heaven and say, but you know, Pastor Garnett, he didn't do that, but you wanted me to. Well, that's his race.
Thank you.
Yes.
He didn't have to pass the baton. I want you to pass the baton. He had to jump the hurdles.
Yes, sir.
Races got different things going on in it.
Yeah.
Your race is individualized for you.
That's
And you
right.
can't sit up here looking to do somebody else's race
That's
when
right.
God got one just for you.
Yes, for you.
So that one, remember that. The one who endures to the end. To the end. Two. Let's talk about two. Two in this verse has several definitions or meanings. However, none of them says the race is over. Now let me explain that to you. Okay, two. The definition for two is towards, near, in the direction of, or on the way to. Now let me put that, now that's what two means. Now let me take those definitions and put it in the verse. It says, but the one who endures towards the end. I want y'all to think about that. To the one who endures near the end. If I change two and I put that in there, think about that. Because that's the exact same thing as two. But the one who endures in the direction of the end. The last one is, to the one that endures on the way to the end shall be saved. Anywhere in there I said completely over. It's in the direction of, it's near, toward. God said, as long as you keep running. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. But the one that endures to the end, we know, near the end, in the direction of the end, on the way to the end, shall be saved. So I guess you're looking at me like, okay, did you just make that up? Hold on. I'm explaining. I'm going somewhere. Well, we all have our own race, right? But we also have the race.
Yeah.
Well, Sister Angel, you got two races. You have a race, and then there's an ultimate race. I'm going to prove it to you. It's in the Word.
Yes, sir.
It's in the Word. I'm going to prove it to you. Y'all go read it when you get home, because I was blessed by it. As mentioned in Hebrews 12, 1 and 2, listen to this. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and every sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. The race, us. It didn't say one. There's a race for all of us, and then there's a race just for you. Good God Almighty, I got excited. So, looking unto Jesus, all of us, the author and the finisher of our faith. See? I'm telling you, God's word is delicious.
Yes, sir.
Who for the joy that was set before him endured while he asked us to do something he never did. He endured. So now we have to endure the race. The cross, despising the shame, you're going to be hated by people. See? Same thing. You're going to be thrown in the pit, in prison. Was he not? Yes, he was. And then he has sit down at the right hand of the throne of God. The right hand represents strength, because most of the people in this world are right-handed. That's your strong side. So Jesus sits beside the power of God.
Yes, sir.
The right hand. But we all have our own individual races, although this is the race. Listen to Paul. He's going to explain it to you. I love myself some Paul. God knows I love all the Bible. Yes. Paul break it down.
Yes.
Yes.
Paul breaks it down. Paul speaks of the end, the big race for all saints, and he also speaks of the individual race that we must run individually. He talks about it. 2 Timothy 4 and 6. This is the Apostle Paul's second letter to Timothy from prison. Who wants to be in prison writing letters to people? Somebody walking in the Spirit. Because even though I'm not there to do what God has called me to do, I can send it in a letter and get somebody that I know do it for me. Timothy will do it. Timothy, I'm going to write a letter and you preach this letter to the people. Okay, Paul, I got you. That's what happened. So Paul began to write the letter, and he says, for I am now ready, listen, I am now ready to be offered. And the time, did we not talk about time? And the time of my departure is at hand. I want you to hear this. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course, which is a race. A course is a race.
That's right.
I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. See what I'm saying? You got a race day, but then there's an ultimate that day. It's a big day. That's for all of us. And not to me only. He talking. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Now he's talking to us. But to all of them also that love his appearance. When he going to appear? That day. No man knows the day nor the hour, but it's going to be that day. The big day. But guess what? What happened to Uncle JoJo who died last year? He didn't make it to that day, but he did finish his race. See what I'm saying? It's two races. Two races. Paul says, and the time of my departure, my course, he goes on to say, I fought, I finished, I kept the faith. And then he says, a crown of righteousness is laid up for me. Listen, my distance ain't your distance.
That's right.
My distance ain't your distance. How far I run in this race may not be the same distance that you go in this race. Right. Don't look at somebody and say, Lord, I want to be just like them. No, your race may be longer. Your race may be shorter. Your fight ain't my fight. That's right. Your faith ain't my faith. Right. Your finish ain't my finish, and thanks be to God. Your crown is not my crown. I got my own crown. I got my own crown. He's going to give it to me. So look at God. Your race, like I said, could be longer, but nevertheless, as long as you stay in it and keep on keeping on, guess what? You have endured, and you are going to be saved. Don't let the devil trick you.
Yes, sir.
But I messed up. Get up.
Get up.
But they looking at me funny. Keep on looking at me because you're going to see the glory of God. But God will take a messed up situation, raise it up way over you.
Yes, sir.
You thought you was high and mighty. You thought you were doing the doggone thing. But now he done raised up what? The least of them. That's who he wants. He don't want the big-minded people. He wants somebody that's going to listen to him and follow him with their mistakes and their shortcomings. Because that's me right there 100%.
Yes, sir.
We got to be willing to go the distance. 22 years, 25, 30, 40, 50. I went to one church, I think it was 109. I think it was 100. They was doing right after slavery, I guess.
109.
In Virginia.
God
I do believe it was like 109. Was it Jordan? 109. And I'm saying, you holding on.
Yes, sir.
You went through boycotts. You went through can't sit at the restaurant.
Yes, sir.
You went through lynchings. You went through prison. Beat down.
Yes,
Ku Klux Klan.
Yes, sir.
You went through walking side the road and people pull out a 2x4 and hit you in the back of the head in the middle of the night because that's what they used to do. It was a sport.
Yeah.
It was a sport. They get in their pickup truck. All of them get in the back of the truck. They see a black man walking down the road. Hit him in the back of the head with a 2x4. I got how many points? We was a game.
Yeah.
But guess what God said? I'll raise you up. I'll raise you up. They won't stick the dogs on you no more. I'll raise you up. That church still in operation and going on.
Good God Almighty.
22 years walking in the Spirit. You got to be in the Spirit. Hebrews 6:12 says, so that you may not be sluggish, but imitators of those who through faith and patience inherit the promise. So you can imitate Paul. You can do that. He said to those, you want to be like Christ, but the word said to those who through faith and patience, Paul, Matthew, anybody you know that went through. You ain't got to be them, but you can look at their life and their story and you can say, you know what, God, I'm going to seek your face.
Yes.
They did it. I'm going to call on you. They did it.
Right.
They believed. They had faith. They had patience. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to come out on the other side with the victory. God ain't saying you got to be me.
Right.
But you can do some of the things that I did to get to where I am and beyond.
That's right.
God got a promise for you. He said they inherited the promise. So guess what? Inherit the promise means it was already yours because you're in the family.
That's right.
Somebody just had to die for you to get it.
Yes.
It was already yours. It was promised to you already, but somebody had to die for you to get it. God says yours now. For you have need of endurance. You have need of it. It's necessary so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised. So if you back up, if you have not done the will of God and you have not done, you have not had your endurance, I don't care what's promised to you. You ain't getting it.
Right.
Let somebody act up and they got they in a will and they get an inheritance. And that before that person die, they see that you're doing everything but you supposed, they're going to take you out the will. Even though it was yours.
Yes.
They're going to scratch your name and give it to charity. They said, before I leave my millions with this bomb, going out here doing everything and anything, I'll give it to the charity. I'll give it to the church. Matter of fact, I'm going down there to Hopewell.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give it to Pastor Garnett before I give it to that loose boy.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? You don't know where your blessing coming from. Somebody's working out some contracts right now. Somebody's working out some things right now in your favor. You don't even know it's set up. You're going to walk into it and you're going to say, when? This was 2 years before you even knew anything about it. We was thinking about you. We never came to you. We never mentioned your name. All we did was got around the table and said, this is who we're going to give it to. We're going to wait till 2020 and we're going to give it to them. We're going to bless this church. We're going to bless. Somebody's thinking about you. You know why? Because you endured to the end and you walked in the Spirit. In Hebrews 10:36, like I said, for you have a need to endure. You got to endure. It's necessary. It's necessary. You can't get around endurance and have the victory. Romans 2:7. To those who, by patience, in well-doing seek for glory and honor and immortality, he will give them eternal life. You got to look for this thing. You can't go home and just sit on your couch and say, God, I want. This is what I want. You got to look for it.
Yes.
He said, well doing, they seek for glory and honor and immortality. You got to want to do it. So I encourage you today, brothers and sisters, as stated in 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober-minded.
Yes.
That's the only way you're going to do it.
Yes.
If you got everything going through your mind, I don't know what to do, the kitchen sink is broken, dog bit me, and you know the people coming in my house knocking on the door. Be sober-minded. All that stuff is going on, but my God is able.
Yes.
My God is going to deliver. My God, maybe they're trying to take the house because God got another house. He can't give me a house on top of a house.
Yes, sir.
He's trying to take the little house and give me a big house, and I'm holding on to the little house. Oh, God, in the name of Jesus, you won't take this little outhouse from me? And God trying to bless you with a 3-story, 2 garage. He trying to bless you, give you a good neighborhood. You crying on, not everywhere. You cry. God, please let me keep this 1-door outhouse. My grandma gave it to me. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Who sang this song? Frozen. Is that Frozen? Let it go. Because you don't need it. God said, I can't give it to you when you got something in the way. You want a bigger blessing? Get rid of the little blessing. Give it to somebody. You want this outhouse? They might say no. They say, my faith is bigger than your outhouse, boo. You just need to burn that down. Burn that down by faith in Jesus' name. So God wants to give you greater, but you think the greatness is in the little things. You know. Okay. Somebody might not like it. But you done had that little raggedy car for so long, you done put ties on it, patches on it, fingernail polish to cover up the scrapes on it. You done did everything. It's time to go. It's time to I guarantee you God bless you. But see, your face so little, you pushing the car, supposed to be driving, you going to work pushing it. Somebody help me push my car. No. That's your curse, not mine. You got to let go of the little things so that God can give you. He wants you to make space for greater. Yeah. You want these things? Get rid of some of that mess, that little stuff. Shoes don't fit no more. Oh, their feet, toes hanging off the front. Heel hanging off the back. You might as well walk on the ground. Jesus. I ain't giving these my favorite shoes. You want some more shoes? Get rid of that mess. Go through your closet, start taking old stuff down. I don't want this no more. I don't want this. God gonna bless me with the finances that beautify my wardrobe.
Thank you.
Whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is that you want from God, if you stay in the race, everything that you need, the big house is on the race, it's on the track. The big house on the track. The better education is on the track. The money that you want, I ain't talking about no loan. I don't tell people, girl, God will bless you, go get a loan. No. I ain't talking about no loan. No. I'm talking about money that you ain't got no interest on.
That's right.
It's on the track, though. You can't get it unless you on the track. Get on the track and run. And one thing you cannot be is a spectator. It said you have to be sober-minded, be watchful. Who run in a race with their eyes closed? You gonna try to jump over something, break your back. And then you messing me up because if you passing a baton and your eyes closed, I'm trying to get it and you. I'm going to need you to open your eyes. I'm going to need you. See, I need you to open your eyes and have some endurance. So God is saying that in this race, what you have to do is you got to be sober-minded because guess what? You got to be sober-minded and watchful because somebody lurking around seeking who he may devour. What a dummy with the eyes closed. What that dumb head? Look at her running with her eyes closed. Done tripped you up. What that dumb head with her eyes? She running, boy. She running fast and hit about 3 walls. Satan is walking around. See, God is so awesome. He said, be sober-minded and be watchful. Because your adversary, the devil, he said, keep your eyes open. So you running the race like this. You better be looking all around you because he's sneaking. And he's seeking who he may eat up. See, he might not be able to do it if your eyes open. It's a may. That means he may do it, he may not do it. Eyes closed, he doing it.
Yes, sir.
Open your eyes and be sober, man. Don't be drunk with the things of this world. Don't be caught up with the things of this world. Don't look at everything on TV. It ain't for you. It ain't for saints.
Thank you, sir.
Ain't no wrong with looking at TV. Yes, it is. Because the eyes are the window to your soul.
Yes, sir.
And if you open your window up, All that mess going inside your soul. And see, the soul is the human part with the emotions. So if you're looking at sex on TV and it's getting in that window, then you're going to get sexual. You listen to love. Ain't nothing wrong with no love songs, girl. Ain't no sin. But now you want some love. You listen to Teddy Pendergrass and you listen to, I'm sorry, the real people. I'm talking about the real people. All this other stuff they singing, that ain't no love songs. I'm talking about the real people, turn out the lights people. See, you be turning out lights. Click. Ain't no saint supposed to be in the dark.
I know that's right.
God said we the children of the light. So if you with your boo and you cut the lights off and you single,
Something wrong?
something gonna be wrong. I ain't that strong. Keep the lights on.
That's right.
Don't put yourself in that position. It's tough. And guess what? As long as you in the race. Trip up, guess what? Sorry, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Don't count yourself out, even when people do.
Yeah.
Don't ever count yourself out. If you knew my story, you say you a bad girl. Yeah. So we got to stay in the race. We got to stay in the race. That's why I ain't give up. Let me tell you, I got saved. Folks fell all by the wayside. They were messing. I was young. And let me tell you something. Okay, we got grown folks and young folks. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. Yeah, as a teenager, I was almost 20 years old. I decided I'm going to start having sex. I made a decision. I made a decision. I said, when I turn 18, I'm going to start having sex.
That is something.
I wanted it before 18, but I made a decision to wait to 18. I said, I'm going to wait. So 2 days before my birthday, I said, whoop, there it is. But let me tell you something. Once you get saved, you think that spirit gonna say, well, you can't go around her no more. She's saved now. You open that door.
You open the door.
You open that door. They gonna build a house up in there. They ain't going nowhere. You got to run that race. You got to go to prison for 10 days. You got to starve. You got to fast and pray. I ain't telling. I'm not telling you no lie. It didn't go nowhere. And I said, Lord, if you don't get this thing off of me, I said, get this thing off of me, Lord. I know I'm saved, but that spirit was on me.
Yes, sir.
And it felt like I just couldn't live. I said, God, just put me to sleep. Do something.
Yes.
But see, that's the test
That's the test.
of endurance.
And
And guess what? When you slip up, guess what happened? The test come back again.
Test come back again.
And you get to endure again to the end and be saved. I love my God. 'Cause see, I know me.
Yes, God.
I know me.
Yes, God.
So that's why I don't ever look at people some type of way. Even when I go to the restaurant, I see overweight people eating. I don't look at them funny because that was me. I was sitting there almost 300 pounds with buffet and thought, I wanted all the food. To the point where I took me a bag and started putting me some stuff. You can't fit those goodies in there like the cookies and stuff. You can't fit that in your stomach because you ate too much food. So you get your napkin and wrap you up some goodies. A cup or something. I'm getting all of my buffet work. I'm taking these M&Ms out with me. I said, y'all get all the cotton candy you want, get the ice cream cone. We going out the door with it. You licking it now. We going out the door. So that's why I don't mess with folk. I'm looking at them, I said, there you go, girl. Yeah. Get your M&Ms. I ain't mad at you. So that's why you can't judge folk. You done been, see, the problem with folk, they done went down that road and then they act like they never been there before. You know you stole them M&Ms, because that's what they told me when they called me. I didn't know that was a big deal. Ma'am, please put the M&Ms back. I was like, Lord, mercy. I'm saved. I stole a couple M&Ms. Lord, I'm going to jail. See, I know. You cannot look at people any type of way when you done been there.
That's right.
You cannot. Love them. It does not make it didn't make them any different than they were before.
Yes.
You made them different by the way you act. Ought to be shamed.
Shame.
So Hebrews 13:5 says, keep your life free from the love of money. God ain't tell you couldn't have no money. He said just don't be in love with it.
That's it.
I'll give it to you. I can't give you none because you want to act like that's the best thing since breath. I'll give it to you if you act like you got some sense.
Yeah.
Get $20, be like, oh look, ooh. I could spend $20 $100 in less than a second.
Oh, yes.
Less than a second.
Less than a second.
Matter of fact, I'm telling you what I did yesterday. My daughter had to stop me. I went to Walmart, put it in there, hit, I want $100 back, and walked away. The money said, George said, Mom. I said, oh, Lord, I had to leave Mama. It ain't in my mind like that.
Thank you.
It ain't in my mind like that. I'm telling you. Thank God that she was there, because I ain't want to just give it away. But see, when you love money, I guarantee you've been right at that thing like that. Wait, boy, come on. Wait for it to come out the hole.
Yeah.
But see, you can't love money, because God said the love of money is what?
Root.
It's the root. That means it's deep down.
Yes, sir.
That's where your evil is coming from. You do anything to get a piece of change, a quarter, a dime. You'll do anything. It said, and be content with what you have. See, if you love money, you never content. Ooh, look at that car she got. I sure would like to have one of them. I don't know what she did to get it. Lord, and then you start going there. You judging people because they got something better than you.
Jesus.
That's people who are not content. And then it said, if you do this, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So what does that mean? If you love money and you're not content with what you have, then go back and negate that. I won't be with you. God's word is simple. If he said, if you do this, that, and this, I'll do that. Switch it around. If you don't do this, that, and this, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Simple. All you got to do is what he said. So I want you to remember today, you are never alone. God is with you no matter how far you have to go in this race or how long you have to stay. He promised to be with you all the way. You cannot allow things of this world to distract you. You must walk in the Spirit and hold on to your faith. Don't look at people and allow people to make the decision on who you are and how close you are to God. You are a magnificent specimen. I ain't playing with you. If I look at things all the time about how the body is created. You are magnificent. I don't understand how we are alive right now. With all the things that are going on in our bodies right now, I don't understand how we are alive. There's a fight, a war going on in our DNA, in our cells, in our blood, white blood cells and low counts and all that stuff that you have to deal with, and you walking around like this. If it was not for God's perfection and his scientific ability and his physical knowledge of our bodies, we would have been dead. How that stuff stay in order? How that stuff don't collide with each other? But it's flowing in harmony. It's flowing in harmony. Your skin tight when you're a child. How do God know when it's supposed to get a little bit loose? He know exactly how to do it gradually. And by the time you 100, I know you're 100, maybe. Because if you're walking in the Spirit, you might have preserved yourself. So look at who you are. You are an individual. You are magnificently made. He took the time to create you piece by piece. He won't looking at me and say, look at Angie. Well, I'm going to make sure George got that too. Let me see. He didn't have to look at a carbon copy. He made you all you. So why should I want to be like somebody? Why am I not good enough? I am. I am good enough. I'm better than that. I'm made in the image and in the likeness of God. There's life and death in the power of my tongue. I can create with what I say. There's power in who I am. I know my Redeemer. And he is alive. So I'm saying to you today, walk in the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. You will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For greater he that is in you than he that is in the world. And I have to say that and say that and say that. When Satan come up to me and tell me how weak I am,